Hello, you're watching News Mongolia on MNB World and I'm your host Жаргалмаа Төвшин Жаргал. Our top stories for today. The Philippines Secretary of Foreign Affairs visits Mongolia, strengthening bilateral ties. Danshig Naadam Khuree Tsam 2024, a celebration of Mongolia's cultural and religious heritage. Mongolian children abroad lack qualified Mongolian language teachers. For the news, stay tuned. The Secretary of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Philippines, Enrique Manalo, visited Mongolia on the invitation of the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Mongolia, Batsitsig Batmog. The visit marked a significant step in strengthening bilateral relations, culminating in the signing of several key documents.
Foreign Minister Batsitsig and Secretary Manolo signed multiple memorandums of understanding, including a renewed MOU on cooperation between their respective foreign ministries. This document, which updates on previous 2013 agreement, establishes a robust mechanism for cooperation, focusing on enhancing dialogue and collaboration in foreign relations, cultural exchanges, employment, and education. Both sides committed to intensifying efforts in these areas to foster mutually beneficial outcomes. We agreed to boost cooperation in education, culture, agriculture, health, IT, labor, and social security sectors. In connection with Mongolia adopting the English language as an official foreign language, we agreed to cooperate on training local teachers in the Philippines.
The Philippines and Mongolia share the same values of freedom, democracy, and respect for the rule of law. Our two countries are determined to chart our respective paths as sovereign states within our own strategic agencies, free from external interference. The Philippine independent foreign policy resonates with Mongolia's third neighbor policy. Our two governments are also united by our common aspiration to deliver to our peoples the dividends of our fast-growing economies. In my meeting with Minister Batsitsig today, I congratulated Mongolia on its attainment of upper middle-income economy status this year. The minister and I discussed ways to promote trade between our two economies, including the establishment of ties between our business communities, also to see how we can cooperate in other areas such as agriculture and minerals and infrastructure. We also discussed the potential for further cooperation in areas including capacity building for local government units and English language training.
Additionally, the Ministry of Culture, Sports, Tourism and Youth of Mongolia and the Sports Commission of the Republic of the Philippines renewed the MOU on cooperation in the sports sector. This agreement, also a renewal of 2013 MOU, aims to expand sports relations and cooperation. As part of this, Mongolia and the Philippines will engage in international and national sports competitions, exchange athletes and coaches, organize friendly matches, and collaborate on sports development. The cooperation in physical education and sports is particularly significant for Mongolia as the Philippines boasts notable achievements in Southeast Asian sports, especially in basketball and boxing. This partnership is expected to aid Mongolia in identifying and nurturing sports talent among its youth, leveraging the Philippines' experience and success in the field.
The Danshig Naadam Khuree Tsam 2024, Mongolia's unique cultural and religious festival, will take place at the Khuree Khudag on the outskirts of Ulaanbaatar city.
Jointly organized by the Governor's Office of the Capital City of Mongolia, the Ulaanbaatar City Tourism Department, and the Kandin Tekchil Monastery, this festival aims to preserve Mongolia's rich cultural and religious heritage, and it has become a major draw for tourists. Held annually on the first weekend of August, Danshig Naadam features a variety of captivating events. This year's festivities included races for Khitzaatlam, 4-year-old horses, and Ikhnas, horses older than 6 years old, Tsam dance performances, a mandala offering ceremony, art performances, and a horse show. Visitors also enjoyed the torma making competition, competitions for unzad and golch lamas, chanting masters and assistant chanting masters, traditional Mongol buryat and Inner Mongolian wrestling, a display of traditional Mongol attire, national archery, traditional knuckle bone shooting, mounted archery, and a bone breaking contest.
There are 39 Mongolian language schools and institutes in 16 different countries. Over the last 2 years, many of these learning centers have closed, leaving over 6,000 children without access to professionally trained Mongolian language teachers.
I've been the director of Solong Mongolian School in Germany for 15 years. My music teacher travels 600 kilometers to teach. The teacher at Soil Mongolian School in Düsseldorf also travels around 600 kilometers to teach horsehead fiddle lessons. But how long can we work like this? We need support from the government and public services.
The status of the workforce trained teachers abroad is concerning. It's hard to find professionals. That's why we recruit people who are willing to become teachers and train them in the field.
Last year, the government changed the legal environment for Mongolian children living abroad, providing support to institutes that teach Mongolian language, history, and heritage lessons. The kids love attending our school. They get to communicate in Mongolian, play traditional games, and learn about Mongolian heritage. We tell them to be proud to be Mongolian, and we make sure that our kids understand that you must speak Mongolian first and the language of the country you are living in second. Researchers believe that reminding these children of their Mongolian history, language, and citizenship at a young age creates core memories. Many Mongolians believe that if the Mongolian language vanishes, so will Mongolian nationality and sovereignty. Representatives of the Council of Mongolians Abroad have sounded the call for Mongolian language teachers to work abroad and have asked the government to pay special attention to the education of Mongolian children living in other countries.
Thank you for staying with us. Now let's take a look at currency exchange rates provided by Mongol Bank. Next, our program will turn our attention to foreign news partnered with international news agencies. Japanese and South Korean stocks saw sharp declines on Monday due to rising fears of a U.S. economic recession. Tokyo stocks plummeted significantly on Monday amid growing concerns among investors over weaker than expected U.S. economic outlook and the Bank of Japan's announcement to raise interest rates.
Japan's benchmark Nikkei 225 stock index briefly plunged more than 2,500 points, or 7% from Friday's close in the morning session at one point, falling below the 34,000 threshold and hitting its lowest intraday level in about 7 months since January. In response to the sharp downturn in the Tokyo stock market, Japan's Chief Cabinet Secretary Yoshimasa Hayashi stated that the Japanese government will persist in monitoring market trends to ensure the stability of economic and fiscal operations. Analysts believe that following disappointing economic data from the U.S., investors are apprehensive about a looming recession in the U.S. economy. This has led to a pervasive sense of panic in the market, resulting in a decline in the New York stock market and a rapid weakening of the U.S. dollar. Against this backdrop, panic selling has emerged in the Tokyo stock market. Across the East China Sea, both major stock indices in the South Korean market triggered the futures circuit breaker on Monday. The benchmark Khuree Composite Stock Price Index, or KOSPI, plummeted 184.23 points, or 6.88%, to trade at 2,491.96 at 13:25 local time. The Bourse operator issued a sidecar order at 11 local time to suspend program trading for 5 minutes as the Kospi 200 futures index dropped over 5% for more than 1 minute, marking the first occurrence since 2020. Meanwhile, the sidecar order to hold program trading was also issued for the smaller Kosdaq index at 13:05 local time. The Kosdaq tumbled 55.74 points or 7.15% to trade at 723.59.
Now let's take a look at weather forecast for world major cities. Alright, that's all for today. Thank you for staying with us. We will see you on Wednesday with more news and updates. Goodbye.